Are y'all folks ready? Am I ready? It's always a good question, Jimmy. I think so. We're getting there. Got to build up that sweet anticipation. So I've been playing with some stuff, folks, and I hope you enjoy. I've got for the countdown for the stream start, I've got kind of a montage of all the past bases that I built. I went digging through a lot of stuff to come up with them. I'll explain that in a second, Jimmy. I'll explain that in a second. Whoa, there we are. Hey, how's it going, folks? Let me turn the music down a little bit. So welcome in anyone new. Man, so I'm playing with, I've got a new light up here. I'm very blue. Very blue. I don't know if I like being this blue. All right, child, go to bed. Let me unblue myself a little bit. I hadn't tried this on stream. So Jimmy, no, it is actually a good old fashioned graph paper drawing. So when I went on my vacation last week, was it last week? I can't even keep track. So last week I went on vacation with the fam. There, oh, that's yellow. We'll find it in the middle. There we go. How about that? So I went on vacation and I didn't want to be doing 7 days to die content. I needed to step away and get a breather. So that's, yeah, I just been editing nonstop and I needed to stop. So, but I couldn't totally stop. So I brought good old handy dandy graph paper, baby. So I'll show you all that in a second. But, again, welcome in anyone who's new. I always give kind of the highlights of what's going on the channel before I start into the stream. But a few things, after being off last week, 2 episodes of The Abyss came out this week. If you haven't got a chance to see it, let's see if this link will work. Does that do a thing? I don't know. We're finding out. There we go. Episode 8 came out today, and I just got done recording most of 9 just before this stream started. Next week, I'm hoping if we make good progress tonight on the base, this base will be in the Abyss, in that series, and I'll be putting together another block by block instruction, kind of like I did with the Eko Box. So that's on deck for next week if we can get through that. Several new games that I'm looking at to cover outside of 7 days. 7 days is, I love the game, but I need more in my life. Oh, that's awesome, Bew. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that it's working for you. I've heard several other people. Hey, Bew, if you can, if you get a chance, I'd love to see, because I'd like to see what different people's takes on it. If you can drop it in Discord, you know, just there's the picks section. Go ahead and drop it in there so the community can kind of see, you know, what you did, because everyone does a little bit of something different. So tomorrow night, I've got a Twitch integration stream. If you're not following me, go follow me over at Twitch. I kind of bounce back and forth between YouTube and Twitch. So there's my Twitch link. And let's see, what else do we have? We flipped over the first half of the year, folks. So I do a lot of charity work on streaming. And the first half of the year was dedicated to Stack Up, which is a veterans charity. The second half of the year is going to be dedicated to Extra Life, which is it's a charity that supports the Children's Miracle Network hospitals through gaming, and it's awesome. And it's a lot of fun. Jimmy helped, CrabCon Jimmy helped me out with it last year. I'm going to probably recruit him again because I do a 24-hour stream in November, and it's bonkers. And then lastly, if anyone is in the Vegas area, I will be out at TwitchCon in October. So I should make a stream. I'm going to make a note. I'll make a stream elements thing that just puts that up there so people know, because I forget to mention that. And there's going to be some cool folks out at TwitchCon. Budget for it. Yes. That'd be amazing, Jimmy. So TwitchCon this year, Tem from Guns, Nerds, and Steel is going to be out there, and then Jawoodle's coming across the big ocean to come join us for TwitchCon. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So the other thing normally, folks, is I try wacky beers on stream. So I'm going to let y'all tell me what you want me to try. So I got 3 kind of weird ones for today. We've got... First one is a 903 Brewers. This is a white chocolate mocha stout. So there's, you can read all the adjuncts there at the bottom. Milk stout aged on white chocolate, vanilla beans, and coffee beans. So there's that one. There's this one that looks fun. Stout with raspberries and Keiko nibs. That one's by Mobcraft, is the brewery. And then the last one just... Now, I asked the guy at the store if this one was as crazy as it sounded. This is another 903 brew called Finer Things Club, and it boasts all that crap at the bottom. So Nutella, salted chocolate chip cookie, and shenanigans. So what's it going to be, folks? You tell me, and then we'll get into the build. But I need my beer build. My build beer? Beer build? I mean, it could be a beer build. Any preferences? We've got raspberry, Nutella, essentially, and white chocolate. Am I gonna have to just choose? I need a D6 here to just roll dice. Do I have a D6 at my desk? I've got a whole bag of dice in here somewhere, but I think my kids ran off with them. I hear coffee, I hear white chocolate. Yep. Well, we're going to go with white chocolate because that has both coffee and... We might get to all of them. It depends on how the night goes, folks. So we're going with this one first. This is the one we picked because this had the white chocolate and it's got the coffee in it. It's got a little bit of both. Very common for stouts. So... has a good aroma to it. Okay, so I'm going to try to show you this. So I do like to draw out my bases. Sometimes I do it on Excel. So when I do these types of streams, folks, it's partially because I'm going to do this work anyway, and I'd rather pull in the community and let them see kind of what my thought process is when I go to build a base. And if you've watched any of the Abyss, I'm having to build this stuff on the fly, so I have to really know the base in my head. So I actually go and practice it to the side before I do the playthrough so that I know that I can rebuild that base from memory. So I draw it out and design it and stuff like that on paper. Then I prototype it, which I'm going to show you that process here. So this is, I'm going to put this up here, see if you can see this. So, and I'll try to walk you through what the thought process is. So if you see the square on the bottom, that is essentially the Eko Box. So the whole concept of the Eko Box was that it is a modular based design that at the four sides, the north, south, the east, west, the cardinal sides, you can connect things to it to expand. Oh, thanks, Scranton. So the reason I wanted to do that for this series is specifically because of the block damage. So let's just jump on in, and I'm going to start getting you used to the prefab editor and stuff like that. And if anyone has questions, you know, this is a learning session, so just hit me up. I invited several people who I saw from YouTube comments that I hope made it over this way, because they were kind of asking about the prefab editor, and I said I will get into it on stream. So over on that side of the screen, you should see my keyboard and mouse, so you can see all the button clicks I'm doing, and I hope that helps out. So first things first, if you're in here, come on in and go to the prefab editor. We're going to pull this up first. And if it's not horrible, folks, I'm just going to leave a little light music in the background. Hopefully it's nice and quiet, good level where my voice is easy to hear over top of it. First thoughts on this. Very sweet. You don't know with some of these. Sometimes they're sweeter. My question is, how are you doing? You know, folks, this past week was an epiphany. So I dropped the Eko Box while I was on PTO, out on vacation with the family. So if you saw the video, this is kind of how I designed everything up and mocked everything up. I tossed that block by block out there, and I was like, we'll see how it does. I made a bunch of these in the past, and they did horribly. And they're a lot of effort, because when you design, it's one thing to design a horde base. It's another thing to design an instructional way of stepping through it logically so that someone can follow it easily. You really have to kind of think through the steps, break it down in your head, and kind of script it out a little bit. Otherwise, it's jumbled and it's a mess and it's hard for people to understand. So it takes a lot of work, and I was very excited to see how well that base video did. So I'm doing great, Ro, is the answer. To see my numbers kind of where they are as a trajectory perspective, that makes my heart sing. My playthrough series is still struggling, but I'm still going to keep going at it because I just have faith. I've got faith that it's going to work eventually, and I got some cool ideas for it, so I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start things off here is I'm actually going to copy this. So this is the Eko Box. We're gonna kind of really wreck it, though. We're gonna do bad things to it, and you'll see. So what I'm gonna do is Shift Z, and that lets me put a little blue box like that, and we're gonna put another blue box up here. And this is just how you can basically copy and paste. So we're gonna grab this whole structure, and then we're gonna bring it into a new POI. So we've got most of that highlighted. Now we're gonna go Shift and G. Shift G allows you to expand the boundaries of that box that you've created. So I just want to have it go down a little bit, just to there, so it copies the concrete bottom. So if I slide underneath here, you can kind of see. That's all that I care about snagging. Oh, and we should get the, you know what? I don't even care about the front face of it, I don't think, because we're not going to use it like it's being used here. So it's going to cut off the front of the base because I don't have it highlighted, and that's 100% fine. So Control C, copy this, and then we're going to come up here, and we're just going to create a new prefab. We're going to discard changes from here, and then we're just going to Control V this here, and it will sometimes replace that. It's kind of funky, but just press Control V again. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to delete it, which sounds weird that I did it. I just want to make sure that I had it in this world. And I'm going to raise it up to here. I'm going to paste it again. Now that checkerboard below represents the ground. So we're going to go ahead and pull the ground up. So if you're in here, escape, come into here. It's the third one over the level tools, and you can move ground up. So we'll do that till it's flush like that. Now that we've done that, I don't want to see the ground because it's irritating. Okay. So I gotta measure out how this is gonna go. We want to put a bunch of dirt around this first. So this is the common thing that you use, the topsoil terrain filler POI. So what we're gonna do to get a bunch of soil in, we're gonna start here, and you're constantly in God mode when you're in the prefab editor, so you can fly around, which makes life easier. So once you do this, you can go Z and Z like that and highlight a big area, and then whichever block you currently have highlighted, you just press L and it's gonna fill. So you can start to think of the, how you can work on bases in a lot, more simplistic fashion here. So same thing, we're just gonna make a space around this. We might delete a bunch of this later, but that's okay. So we're gonna come there, and we'll just go boop. Like that. We're just making ourselves a platform to work around the base, essentially. And yeah, it's interesting. I had a lot of people ask me about the prefab editor, and they're like, so what editor do you use? And I'm like, it's just part of the game. It's always been here. Always and forever been part of 7 days. This is how the all the developers, the environmental artists for 7 days who build all the POIs, this is how they do it. All right, so this gives us our platform around, and now we're going to add in the section that I was looking to do. Before that, we're going to modify this top section because I want all this to be a little bit different. So I'm using the dev gun. We're just going to shoot out some of this, because this is going to end up becoming more of a crafting area. So we're just going to get rid of all this. Don't care about any of this. We'll redesign the inside of this after the fact. Okay. So what I essentially just want to think about this as is a box. It has 4 sides with entryways. Not a fighting position because we don't care about that. Get rid of the lights. Get rid of these defensive bits. Actually get rid of that too because we probably won't use that. All right, so we got 4 ways in and out. Becomes essentially a modular box, which was my whole concept when I was building this, because I wanted to be able to connect this to other bits, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. So the base layout that I wanted to do was a central base that has 2 sides off of it, but to get to it, I wanted to use the new double doors. So let me grab these, and we're going to do it with iron doors because that's probably what I'm going to have to do it with first. And I've wanted to do this for a while, and we didn't really have the options. And this will be a little bit trickier to build, just FYI. Oh, you know what? We want to do it the other way around. Well, if you're doing this in game, we're going to... I'm probably going to have to test this a little bit to see how it functions. Okay. So we're going to do that one facing that way. And we want to flip the door the totally opposite way. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to make a bridge with the doors. I love this song. All right. Except for I want this one... I want the frame to be on the other side. Like that. Perfect. So that there's no frame going across that middle part there. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Zombies can run on this. So we gotta account for that. We'll get to that. There's a plan. Actually, let's start working on the plan. Let's do it. So you have to think through when you're going to build this realistically. I'm going to build everything on this with concrete, I think, just for simplicity's sake. So we're just going to, you press U, brings up your creative menu, Same as if you were in a regular game and you press CM, would allow you access to the creative mode. And you can pull whatever blocks you need. So what I'm going to do along here is I'm going to make it so that I can pass through here, but zombies can't. So in order to do that, what I want to do is grab a narrow block, because the narrow set is the awesome set. So these right here, these narrow tip wedges, we're going to have to connect them to the wall in a second, which we will do. But we're going to do this. Like this. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. It'll also make for a really cool looking hallway connecting the base. We're going to experiment with zombies to make sure that this functions the way I anticipate it functioning. So we'll do that. And then on the outside, we're going to do this, because we need to connect it to the side of the building as well. So like that, and then we'll have it curve back in. But essentially what that's going to do is, if these doors are open, come on, open door. Why is it giving me a hard time? Every once in a while on, it doesn't give you a hard time like this when you're in game, but in the creative, it sometimes will. And my plan for these is to make these powered as well. But here's what you're trying to do, is make it so that, you see, I can't catch the lip of that if I'm a zombie. It's going to force me off because of that wedge piece right there. And it's going to give this hallway kind of an interesting look to it as well, which, you know, doubles up in terms of what you're looking to accomplish. Now, you could have the whole hallway be triangular if you wanted to narrow it in and keep going with that. But we'll figure that out in a second. I just wanted to show you how we're going to get the bridge across to the other side. And yeah, for whatever reason, it gives me a hard time in creative when I'm doing this. So that's going to bring us to the next building, which is going to have 2 entrances into it. So I'm going to grab some wood frames. These are your friends, folks, whether you're in creative or otherwise. Basic frame shapes for determining how you're going to build are just a godsend. They make your life way easier. So grab some of these for laying out your platforms and things like that. So in general, we know from here that pathway is going 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's our pathway, and then it's got to link up to the side of a building over here. Now, if you saw my base, the Optimus, I want to steal a little bit of the ideas from there in terms of having an octagonal structure in the center. So I did have that thought. So we were going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be not a gigantic Horde base, because I'm building this on the fly and I've got to build it and move. So I'm going to build it and abandon it within a very short period of time on the series and the way it plays through. So this is going to have 4 sides here, and then from there I want to start going diagonals. And how am I going to build the diagonals? I wanted to, so you can go, if you're building an octagonal base, you can just go with straight ramps on the corners. You can do stuff like this, and just flip them on their side, advanced rotate it, and do like that. 1, 2, how many did I have on it? 1, 2, I think that's all I had was 2. Oh, we didn't go totally octagonal. I see what I did. So I actually went 3 on this side. Oh, no. 4 on that side, 3 on the other side. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking back at my own notes here of what I designed. So I'm going to lay out the basic idea of it, and then we'll kind of adjust. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to flip this in. 1, 2, like that. Then we're going to go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We might adjust this again. 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. And as I'm looking this, I'm already disagreeing with myself and saying this is too small for what I want to accomplish. So here's one of the things, folks. Once you're in here, you can start doing smart things. This is why this becomes faster. So if I want to make this bigger, I simply copy this and I move it out. Oops. Except for I went too far. Too far. So I can just slide this out, copy and paste. Just like we're in good old Microsoft Word or something. Jimmy, this is too small. Jimmy, you should know me by now. This should not surprise you. Now this has got to be 2 Horde bases. It's a 2-in-1 combo. You're going to see where we're going with this in a second. So let me see how I feel about this. So there's going to be a, how did I design this? Crafting is going to go that way. That's our connector. Okay, so I'm looking at, I got to flip my map upside down. I went the opposite direction, folks. I haven't quite reversed the streams, but all right, so we're going to come in here. I think we're going to leave it like this. I think this is going to work. I think this is going to work. Yes. Okay. But rather than using these, and here's the other thing. I like leaving the undercarriage of bases open. So we're going to get rid of all this. We're going to get rid of this. And essentially, we're going to make the pillars 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go up. I don't even know that we need a center support. We'll decide in a second once we see how stability looks. But rather than use these, we are going to use arrow slits. I freaking love how good Jimmy's there looking for someone else to do his dirty work. Jimmy, if you want to take it over the edge, buddy, you take it over the edge. Don't wait for someone else, though. All right. So here's where these... God, I love these parts. I can't remember. So if we want to get flush, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is flush to the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. I see how it is, Jimmy. So if you cajole someone else into do it, your name stays untarnished. I get it. I get it. Also, folks, I will say, keep the super digger in your hand. When you're doing these builds, because it's just easier to knock out blocks real quick with. The other thing I will say design-wise, folks, you can always build starting off with generic blocks and then start to layer these in later, especially if you're starting in the prefab editor, because it's going to allow you to kind of just play with things. Okay, so that gives us our foundation. And then for additional stability, we can do some creative blocks on the inside, which we'll get to in a second. And we can actually put in some creative blocks on the side here. I see what you did there, Ro. See what you did. All right. And so we're going to have the fighting positions out on each of these sides. So there's going to be 2 fighting positions. The whole thing about this is that fighting positions need to be able to fail and you need to fall back, because I'm already I just got done recording today's episode. And I'm dealing with 160% block damage. 160 block damage, and it's going to be, I think, 200% by the day 14 Horde night. So that's a lot. It's a lot. All right, actually, I lied. I want to bring it up to this height. Copy that rotation. Actually, you know what? We're going to build one of these pillars. We're going to be even smarter with this, folks. Let's go and add, for a little bit more stability, we're going to add a corner pole like this. We're going to bring that to there. And you see, again, that just adds also more character to it. And then on the inside, we are going to add, ideally, like a smaller triangle piece. Not the regular ones. And we need something that is design failure. You know, I worked in the government. I didn't work in the government. I worked for the government as a contractor. So yeah, I understand a little bit of that too. I used to do satellite communications in a past life. Helped design the MNC software, monitoring control software. Chessa, we're going to try to keep them from attacking them. If you build in a way that you encourage them to do the right things, you know what? This might look really cool. Oh, I like this. Satcom web work. Oh, look at that, folks. That is sexy. I almost am tempted to flip it around the opposite way and put the arrow slits on the inside. I think we're going to flip that around, folks. I really like that. All right. So here's the thing. Once you get one done the way you like it, you can copy it, but you can also flip it around any way you want. So see, now I've got that one that I like there. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to slide it right over here. So here is the magic about the prefab editor. This is where you start to save time. And if you saw my big castle build, there was a lot of this done, because otherwise, I mean, that castle build as it was I don't even know, folks. It was somewhere between 40 and 80 hours. It was a lot. Oh, I really like that. Really like that. Okay. And I like that on the inside, just for, again, just kind of different character style points, all that good stuff. And then interestingly enough, let's see. Now what happens when we do this over here, out of curiosity? No, we can't have that happen. That's bad news bears right there is what that is. All right, so let's create our fighting positions. Let's do that first. Oh, it would have been bonkers. All right, so that's where our fighting platform is going to be. So we'll deal with this in the side in a second. Let's go ahead and create our platform up here. So we're just going to go like that. So Z, L, and fill all that in just like that. Okay. And kind of the same thing here. We're going to go Z and Z. Fill all that in. And did we get that wrong? We got it wrong, folks. So when you get things wrong like this, it's not a big deal. I did this on purpose. It was a teachable moment. So you just grab the top two layers and I copy it and I delete it. I drop the whole box down by holding G and I can move that box and I can repaste it. The snow biome is my favorite to build in. It's gorgeous. It's pretty. And I'm also realizing we didn't get close enough here. So we can also now move the whole darn thing. So that's also not a problem. So let's go ahead and grab everything that we've got here. We're going to copy it. We're going to delete it. We're going to drag that whole box to the left by one, and boom, we are now connected. Just like that. So you're starting to see advantages of what you can do with the prefab editor. All right. God, I really like these side faces here. Really good character there. So I think we want to just carry this motif all the way up now that I'm thinking about it. So we're going to try this. I'm going to grab this like that. I might change my mind here in a little bit, but I'm going to copy that. And then I'm just going to drag that box up by holding down G. I can just come to here and go plop. And it looks like we missed one spot. So I can also just drop it down by one. Like that. Now, if we want to, we can keep it flush with the other side so that we kind of have a similar height perspective. Not a bad idea just from a design. Also resource saving. So we'll do that. And then it sits pretty even with that. Oh, except for when we get to the inside here, we're going to want to change this design now. Right? Because we don't want to waste space inside of our base. And this is why I'm doing one side at a time. So we're going to... Let's see. What do I want on the inside of the base here? All right, let's go with generic cubes on the side just for now. So row, here's the thing. What I like to do is I like to prototype like this, but then I might go build on a server anyway. This is just like, this is a playground that you can work faster inside of this playground. So one of the other tricks we're going to do on this is we're going to do what the Fun Pimps have been doing. So they did a thing, which I think is brilliant, and I've been doing it for a while, to make your base feel more spacious. They're using a lot of things like half blocks and, or plate blocks even. So I can come in here, like a plate pole is great. These are awesome. Because I can make the base feel much, much larger than it actually is. So if I, for example, come up and place that, I'm giving all that extra space. All right, so let's get rid of this first. Let's copy this. I don't think... See, I think I want to get rid of that. I still want to have this motif on the side, but I'm not sure how I want to accomplish it yet. So we're going to put those blocks in for right now. See, you know, I could do just, oh, you know what? What about like a cube, something, I want something like a cube corner beveled, which is also one of my favorite blocks. This guy right here. I don't know if it gives me enough, so we'll play with this and see what the aesthetics looks like on the inside. So the other thing, folks, when you're in the creative, in the prefab editor, you can hold down shift and go inside of a block to replace it. So I can do like this on the inside. And that right there might be the motif that I want to go with, because I kind of like that. But I'd like to go something even more flush if I can. You know what? Oh, I'm being dumb, folks. Why won't we go with just a ramp? That's going to give us the largest feel in terms of space. If I just come in here and do this. Oh, actually, that's cool looking too. Oh, maybe that'll be the roof. I don't know. We'll decide in a second. But that opens up the room a lot. I like it, except for that this doesn't sit flush on this side, and that's going to bother me. How do I deal with that? I don't think I can. That's going to be unacceptable. The walls have to meet flush, folks. We can't have that. Caulk it. Oh my God, Jimmy, thank you for that. Just caulk it. I see where you're going with that. I need an offset ramp. Yeah, I won't use sheets. So folks, that is most of these blocks have all the same health, but you cannot drop all the way down. Let me just look at the narrow set, just out of curiosity. Let me see if there's something creative I can do here. Just gonna play with an idea, folks. This might not work at all, but you know what? That's what we're here for. We're here to experiment and try new things. All right, first off, that doesn't hit flush. That's got to go into a quarter block instead of a pole. Yeah, sheets are basically like paper. They don't do anything for you. So the question is, if I do that, I kind of like that because it gives you windows. You could technically shoot out the sides there. You're a little exposed in the center, but I kind of like it. That's actually kind of cool. Because if I come here, it cuts off the angle. What do y'all think on that one? Is that might be kind of really cool. Cop spit through side. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll experiment with that in a second to see if the cot spit will come through. I like it just from a different design perspective, but I'm also realizing I'm going to have we're going to have a problem on this side too, though. We're going to have the same problem on this side. All right, what did we use over here? We used, yeah. Bear with me. Bear with me. We're figuring this out together, team. All right. That's totally hypothetical. Ignore that for right now. Man, I do like the look of that, though. God, that's really slick. All right, we're going to play with that. What did we put down there? Oh, that's... Nothing I can do about that. I think we're just stuck with that like it is. Oh, thank you so much, Ro. Basic ramp. Oh, you might be right. You know what? Yes, we can do a basic ramp right there. It's going to change up the pattern, which is actually okay. That will actually give kind of a breakup. No, I actually, Chessa, I think I like it with that because that gives kind of your separation. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And what we just did is we made that symmetrical, which is the best, folks, because when you have symmetry, then the rest of the base gets easier. Symmetry is life. You know what? I'm of mixed opinion, because sometimes it's nice to be not symmetrical because it changes up how things feel. All right. So I'm starting to like this. This is feeling better. We got to deal with that in a second. We'll get to that. So I want to give the fighting positions and how we get into here. So we did ramps on the first iteration of the Eko Box. Now I am going to build a special ramp into this side. I'm going to show you that. I'm excited about this. So I did some testing on this. So do you want me to build the, and if you're new, by the way, I'm all over the freaking map. When I build like this, I start one piece and I work on another and then I jump around. So I can either build the ramp that we're going to come into here for the fighting position, or I can come over and build the ramp. We're going to have a secondary spot over here where the motorcycle comes in. Hey, Carlos, welcome in from Brazil. Thank you so much. You know what, folks? I think one of my favorite things about doing YouTube work and creating content is the international community. And I think 7 Days to Die in particular seems to have a very large international community. So I love seeing people from around the world pop into the game and drop comments. You know, I don't know if all of you know this, but I've responded to every single comment I've ever gotten on YouTube to this point. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep it up, but up until now, I've responded to every comment on YouTube. And if people write me in another language, I will translate it and respond back. I might respond back in English, unless it's French. If it's French, I might respond back in French because I have a degree in French. So I have some ability to respond back in French. All right, we're going to fix this walkway. We're going to copy it. Killing zombies is a planetary love. That's awesome. We need to plop out that block as well. We got to fix that corner. So this is one. This makes me angry, folks. I keep meaning. So I talked to several of the developers over at the Fun Pimps. So I kind of have a line into them to air suggestions / grievances. The narrow set of blocks does not have a logical curve. So to make a narrow corner, that does not exist. Much like if you use a ramp and you want a ramp corner, you've got ramp inside full corner. There's nothing like that for the narrow set of blocks. For these, they have the outside, but they don't have the reverse of that. So what do I have here? And these are, that's a half block. Okay. Let's experiment. Let's experiment, folks. Actually, this might work. This might work. We experiment and then we change it, and then we experiment and then we change it. It's fine. Well, first off, we can get rid of this. We're not stuck on that. Thank you, Drago. All right. Actually, no. I'm changing my mind again, folks. I'm sorry. I'm just chaotic today. We're going to go with the good old cube quarter bevel, which we had up here a second ago. This block just has so much utility. It's hard not to use it. Very hard not to use this guy. So we're going to advance rotate that one. Oh, and the best part of the prefab editor, folks, you can control Z. And you can control Z a lot. All right, let's get rid of these. Yeah, Jimmy, take care of yourself. Thank you for dropping by as always. Hey, folks, go check out Jimmy, please. If you're looking for someone who does some amazing storytelling in 7 Days to Die, I linked him up above. Do I still have him pulled up over here? I was just looking at his channel. Let me grab it. This guy. Go check that guy out. If you like any of the stuff like The Abyss and The Collector, his is more on the humor side and kind of zany, but whereas mine's a little bit more on the horror side, or I don't know, just more serious. So go check him out, folks. Promise you'll like it. Be good, Jimmy. Go get some whatever you got to get on. Go do your thing. All right. Let's do quarter blocks here. 0.25. This is a good note, folks. It's 0.25 instead of quarter, and I don't know why the hell they did this. Some things you can look up with 0.25 and some things you can look up with quarter, except for it's not. Did I click into something? Oh no, I hit my favorites there. So let's do this. All right. Okay, and then what do I want to top this with? Something simple? I don't know. We'll worry about that in actually, no, let's just make it because we're going to flip it and do it on the other side. Now this is angled at the top here, so we do have to be wary of that. You know what? We can keep the same motif. We can grab this and we can rotate this down like this. Nope, I don't like it. I already don't like it. Let's use, oh, you know what? We've got this new block that I've been using a lot. We're going to try, what can we do with this? Can I do something fun with this? That sits flush up there a little bit better. I kind of like that. I dig it. And it keeps a similar motif to what we have over here. And then we can kind of do a tiered step down. Nope. Nope. Keep going. We're getting there. Yeah, I can see where you're going with Quantum Leap for sure. I'll take that. Man, I don't want to say too much, folks. There's one day there will be a great reveal. So the Abyss story arc is designed to be, I could carry it on for years. I have so many ideas of where to take it from a plot perspective. All right, we're going to leave that like that. Perfect. Let's close those up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this. We're going to grab that. We're going to take it out to here. We're going to paste it, and then we're going to rotate it twice. And we're going to copy it. We're going to delete it using J, deletes. Then we're going to slide the box right back into this and press a V. And we have essentially replicated it on the opposite side. And you know, we need to completely remove this. This will not be used anymore. Copy that, fill that in. Okay. This is also a good time. Well, we'll get this. We'll test in a second. We'll see how this goes. All right. So this is where I wanted to have the pathway in for a motorcycle to get into the base. I want it to be able to drive right up on in here. So my problem is in general that, basically it's a pain in the ass to create long ramps. And with Alpha 21, you take damage if you go up a ramp. Like a straight ramp, you're going to take damage. So I tested this out and I've got the trajectory of how to do this. It's pretty cool. So we're going to actually, this is again where we're going to do some magic tricks here. We're going to go straight down from here. So let's go ahead and add a couple blocks here so that we've got basic pillars. Then we're going to copy, for the purpose of prototyping, we're going to copy this whole thing. Well, this should work. You'll see how this works out. So we're going to do this. Yeah, the vehicle damage is a little bit rough. Not going to lie. Not even going to lie a little bit. All right. So here's how this works, folks. So we want to start here and here. Now, we're going to start with narrow blocks because this is going to prevent you from taking damage. Fart on the gas tank. All right. So we're going to go to this narrow, and then we're going to go to wedge narrow low. And then from here, we're going to use a wedge 60. So we're going to use where is it? Wedge 60. That guy. And then we're going to continue the wedge 60s for a second. You know what? Let's put this up here. Let's do that. Get rid of that. Yeah, and it's until you get to the motorcycles, it's really bad. So these are going to be wedge 60 blocks here. So we're going to do basically 3 blocks of wedge 60s. Like that. And then we're going to jump straight to ramps. So that's going to be ramp, because ramp gives you your straight 45 up. And I've got to refigure this out because this thing doesn't need to be filled in all the way. I'm just doing it for now. Let's just do this. It does not need to be the whole thing. Yeah, the mini bike is the worst for sure. All right, so let's get a regular ramp. So we're going to grab this. And we want it to even out at the end. So I'm going to pull it all the way up to the top and then I'm going to adjust it back. So that's the height that we want. You don't want that because you're going to hit the top and launch yourself off the top, which is also problematic. So we're going to do this last one over 2 steps. So we're up here. We're going to go back and we're going to grab our wedge. So we're going to grab this guy here, jump the base. We're going to grab this guy right here. So I tested this a bunch and liked how it worked and felt like it was a good even progression. So the last thing that I'll need to do is figure out how to use less blocks. So we'll figure that out afterwards. We'll build the basic concept of it. So let's get rid of that. That's all gone. All right, so we can copy this, delete it, slide it up. So that is the shortest pathway, folks. I have figured out how to do it. Hey, two-footed hermit. Now, it might be kind of cool. We don't need anywhere near this much support. So all these blocks are just wasted, right? So I like the idea of trimming this a little bit. And this should still be plenty structurally sound. And actually I want to even get rid of those. And then I want to start to think about this in reverse. So we're going to do this, advance, rotate it up. Then we're going to grab this. We're going to flip it upside down. We're going to pop that off. And we're getting pretty close. You know, you could just bring the ramps all the way down. No reason not to just do that. And that is pretty slick, folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this, which I should have done a while ago. I don't know what we're going to call this. Eko Box Plus, because it's going to be the add-on to the Eko Box. That is the whole idea. Hey, Action Waffle. Yeah, no, I do too. I love just geeking and doing this stuff. So what we're going to do when you're in the prefab editor, water slide, you can always come in here and just go, where is it? Playtest. It's far left. And we'll just click playtest real quick. And it will load up the whatever you created. And it will give you a little trade. Oh my, we must have screwed up oh man, we didn't raise the ground correctly. That's fine. We can still test this. All right. So Shift F6 lets you summon in a motorcycle that already has fuel and all that good stuff. So just so you know, except for it's not wanting to work. Let's try it down here. No, that's not the type I want. F6? No, Shift F6, spawn motorcycle. Really? No, just give me a motorcycle. It should. In the game, this works. Why does it not work in the prefab editor? Motorcycle? Okay, fine. Make me do it this way. But this way, it's going to make me get gas, which is what I was trying to avoid. I was trying to do it the lazy way. All right. So we've refueled. Some naked motorcycle riding. So you can see we're at 100% health on the motorcycle, and you'll see, boop, right on up into the base, no problem. And then same thing, heading back out. Woo! So I tested this a bunch. I didn't do this exact design. I actually like this design better than the one I did. And then you can just leave your motorcycle there, and then you'll move on and your horde base will be over here. But that lets you get your bike right up in. That's pretty cheap, folks. Like, that ramp is way better than I'm used to creating. Now, here is a thing that we have to try. While we're here, where's Joel? Joel, let me go into Joel's box here. You can also get these like quick loadouts for just testing purposes. So I can grab this and then open it up, and it's going to give me all my basics. So there's some melee, whatever. Some weapons. There's a vulture. Good enough. We got a vulture. We're going to be naked. That's fine. So the thing that I want to test is if, you know what? It's not testable yet. We need a pathway for the zombies to come in. Actually, no. We can test it. We can test it from the opposite way. We're going to open these up. We are going to summon a bunch of zombies over here. Whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. There's some bows. We're going to come over here. And ideally, what we want to see is we want... Yes, folks. Oh. That's... Yep. We just wanted to make sure that when they try to come across, they're just stuck. They're like, that's not a valid path. I can't. So interestingly enough, they will try to get to my level. Oh, because they're looking to go through here. Okay. Okay. That was enlightening, folks. So that's telling me several things. So the way the zombies path is they will try to get to your level first, and then they try to move across. So we need to add the fighting positions in, and we'll come back to this. All right, so let's go back to the editor. That was good. That was learning. I like it. I like it. Hey folks, welcome in. The zombie should activate the doors with the camera. That's an option. I want to make sure that I've got to be able to build this by day 21. That's going to be the tricky part. So I can't remember how far along I am on the abyss. But we're going to build the walkway next. We're going to build the fighting positions. And I want to do something different with this. Has anyone here, did anyone see my 3x3 challenge that I did with Glock 9? Or my 5x5 challenge? Because I want to play with those ideas a little bit. only in terms of the entrance. Yeah, Waffle, the only thing I'm concerned about, and do I have that spreadsheet pulled up? I don't. Let me take a look at this. Series plan. So so the day 21 Horde for the Abyss series, the zombies will be doing 200% block damage. So they will be doing double normal block damage. Which is why I'm building the style of base that I'm building, and that'll become more apparent in a second. I'm going to start off. Yeah. So anyone who doesn't know, the series that I'm doing now, my playthrough series, this one, the Abyss, every day the block damage increases by 5%. If I die, the block damage increases by 5%. There is no ceiling. The whole concept is Dr. Eko trying to escape this server that he's stuck on. And if he doesn't, he's pretty screwed. I have no mixers yet, Chessa. I'm looking forward to getting some of those. Oh, you know what? I'm in shapes. Let's grab a door. All right, let's grab a door. I'm assuming I won't get to vault doors for these, though it's possible that I could. So we're doing everything with doors, assuming that's what we're going to have to work with. Do I have regular? I do have regular doors already up here. And I'm not worried about colors because I'll change colors later. I will actually mining. You know, I don't have the points to put into mining yet, Sikio. I hope to get there. That's wrong. And yes, the doors are purple. We'll change. Well, I don't know. We'll change to a different color at some point. That's the wrong orientation too. That is the right orientation. Oh, I've already hit crack a book. We've done that. Okay, this is tough because will the zombies path on that? We'll see. We will see. Yeah, Action Waffle. I haven't decided what my actually you bring a really good point in, which we'll get to in a second. All right, let's we're gonna use security grates this time. Just for now. I might change my mind here in a little bit. Okay, so 5, that's probably a decent pathway out. All right, now I want to be able to account for both dogs and zombies. So what we are going to look at doing, and I'm going to prototype this farther out. So we're going to do it here. So the zombies are going to come up. Let's use stairs. And so actually, let me grab a few different parts. We're going to separate this out into a few because I'm not sure how I want to do this. Oops. I like stairs over let's see, corner. I think I want to use some stuff like this and or this. Let's try. Let me look at this. How does that work on a corner? Those might be interesting. Oh, there's the filler. Okay. I think we just want to go with these. I think I want to go more simplistic. Yes. Okay. All right, so we're going to do this and this. Damon's freaking evil, man. He does the bad. All right, let's I'm just kind of playing with this, folks. We might change this all in a second. I just want to get the idea of this down. And then we'll modify it to get to where we want. And then we're gonna have to test to see if the zombies will come up this. That's the other side to it. And then we'll have to test for stability. That's the last thing. Okay, I think that looks good. How do I feel about that? You know, each alpha, they do something a little bit different. Action Waffle. So did everyone see what they tried to screw with Pancake's work, his gorgeous work? And folks, you need to be tracking Cautious Pancake if you're not. Dude's awesome. Love his work. He does a lot of the cool stuff. Let me just grab him for you. I had him on my stream when I did Alpha 21, and I like to shout him out a lot because he does a lot. He does a lot of the cool stuff that Jaboodle used to do, and I feel like he doesn't as much like back in Jaboodle Park. Just some really cool theoretical shit, and I love seeing what he comes up with. All right, so I think this could look sexier. But we'll prototype first and then looks come second. So we're going to grab this whole thing here. It's pretty small though. Footprint wise, I like it. So we're going to slide that right up to here. And now we're going to do a little bit of testing. Now we're going to play around. You know what? Let's build a fighting position so that we at least have a place. Broke the lemming tower. You know what, folks? Do I go with another 9? Okay, I'm going to switch back real quick. So here's the question. Do I go with this is the Nutella or the raspberry? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Raspberry or Nutella? I kind of want to try the raspberry. I don't know. What's it gonna be? I'll work on this and figure out the fighting position mechanics here, and in the meanwhile, y'all can figure out what I'm gonna drink next. I'm gonna use the good old just because you know, we're gonna try two things here. We're going to use the balusters on the bottom, and all y'all should know if you know me. Raspberry's not going cocoa. All right, so we're gonna go double with those on the top. Now we're gonna try everyone has been hollering me about using the scaffolding ladders up here. I think that's what Jawoodle's been using. So we're going to try that out. And supposedly, I haven't tried, you can melee through these. So we'll give that a try. And then obviously up above this, Nightmare during Horde night. It depends. I like to test with Nightmare. But I don't like, and I'm going to use the offset piece again here because I really like the offset, because it sits flush. So we're going to do that, and that's going to force the zombies to not stack. And if you really want to make sure they don't stack, you can grab a wedge 60 block, and slap it on top of that. Yes, go sub to Pancake. Tell him I sent you. I was super happy. I went searching for when Alpha 21 was coming up and I got access to be part of the live stream this time. I went searching for other what I saw as up and coming YouTube streamer folks and or content creators, and I came across him, and I came across King of the Zeds, who I also think makes fantastic content, and pulled them in. Why am I not finding this? Wedge 60. Am I blind, folks? Am I having a blind moment? I'm having a blind moment. I know it's right in front of me. You know what? Do I have these favorited? I do. How about that? Oh, that was my problem. Okay. All right. There we go. That will absolutely force them off. Okay. So that's a good fighting position. Pretty standard if you've seen any of my stuff. As always, you know, I might do something like this on the inside, quite honestly. Just to give yourself a little bit more protection. Now, I do want to try, I'm just going to go ahead and summon myself a baton because that's what I'm playing with in this playthrough. Or force the top ones. I'm okay with that too. Okay, so you just have to make sure that you hit in the center, because if you're off to the side, you are going to pop these. Yeah, the baton. Put the thin plates on the outside. Well, this is supposed to block cop spit. So, you know what? I'm going to give it a try because the whole idea is Dr. Eko is actually listening and responding to people in the YouTube comments. You know, I'm playing with the meta idea of the game and the real world interacting. And he's going to try it because people told him to try it. So he's going to trust what people put in the comments. That's how it's going to roll. And if you guys haven't caught that, I've definitely folks, you should know me by now. Me and Molly's don't get along. That's bad news bears. Oh, you know what? You just reminded me. Thank you for that. We need to blow out this. This has we got to give a way to huck stuff down there. We'll figure that out afterwards. One thing at a time. All right, let's test this as a prototype first. So again, we're going to hit save. We're going to jump back across into playtest. Yep, we're going to add an aid shoot. Exactly. What do I think about this? Oh, Mobcraft, you're such a train wreck. So this brewery I've not had a lot of great success with. Chessa, 100% sure they work together. Oh, you know what? Let's come on. We're going to fix this real quick. We're going to fix this. Yeah, Nerd Tats and the Repulsor mod do two very different things. Nerd Tats increase the spread of your electricity when you hit something, and Repulsor mod throws the zombies. Now, if you have the two in conjunction, it's freaking amazing, because you can have a crowd of zombies running at you and you slap them with it and it will launch that whole crowd. All right, now I thought we fixed this before, but we're gonna just double check it here. Showground. Oh, that's jacked up. Slap them hard. What's going on, Greg? How you been doing, buddy? I miss you. All right, let's make sure this is flush. That's wrong. That's right. All right, now we save it, and now we're gonna pre-test it. Play test it. Pre-test it? Play test it? I don't know. Words are hard, folks. So far, this is okay. Real balance issues with this. The raspberry is just so upfront and in your face. Yes, good to have you back, Greg. That's awesome. You know, Greg, you'll come back at the time that, you know, the winter time this year, which will be exciting. So for anyone who doesn't know, like, and I assume with 46 people in here, there's probably a handful of folks that don't. I have been grinding to try to make this my full-time career. I work in corporate America. Winter is coming. It will come eventually. But I'm moving. I've got 2 months left in the apartment that I'm in. And after that, I move into my new house where I've got a custom YouTube studio that I've built. Soundproofing. I've built cabling through the walls. I'm so excited. And I'll be doing a lot more live streaming type stuff then, because it's built to do all that. So, all right. So here's the thing I want to test out. Now that we're here, I want to summon zombies doing the donation stream when you move in. You know what? Funny thing is, Greg, when I move in, it'll probably be around charity time for the big extra live stream. So not for me, but for you know, for kiddos in need. All right, we're gonna just summon some, you know, I'm gonna give myself just the dev gun just for shits and giggles. Oh my God, our apartment rent right now, folks, is bonkers. It is stupid. I don't even want to get into it. It makes me so mad. All right. All right, we just want to see how they path. This is where, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, folks. I've been playing with no game volume. Oh, look at this. Look at it. Look at it. Okay, they're beating on stuff a little bit, but are they pathing up that? Here, let's hit F5 and do this. Oh, they do not like that. There's something here that they're not viewing as a valid path. Oh. Oh. Okay. Zombies. I know what's wrong. Okay. So. Oh my God. Action Waffle, that was me being an idiot. They didn't have a valid path to me. So those side pieces that we created before, yeah, I didn't support the corners. You nailed it. So real quick, we're going to, rather than go back and you know, rebuild it there and bounce back and forth, we're just going to do this real quick, because all it's going to take is a block there and there, and then come in here and grab stair. And we had, which was it, this guy in the corner, that, and that. All right. Just across town row. So essentially, my last house where my studio was, so I moved my studio from the last house to here in the apartment. So this, if I go in here, you can kind of see the backdrop here is in my apartment. I've got no soundproofing. I've got one of my kids who's 5 feet in that direction. And then my youngest one is across the room over there. It's just a big wide open basement, so it kind of sucks. So we're restructuring that in the new place. Like I said, I used to be a sound engineer, so I got to use a lot of my knowledge and whatnot. So very, very excited. It's going to be geektacular. All right, we're going to summon in some more folks. We're going to make them feral this time so that they move a little bit faster. There we go. All right. Oh, let's let them move. And what do they do? Oh, look at them go. Oh, and they struggle a little bit. That's good. Very nice. Very nice, folks. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh. Okay. So I have mixed opinions here. So you do have to be careful. Because you can't shoot through these. So you know, minor things. All right, one last test. And that is... it's not the gun. It's definitely not the gun. So if that block has the collision attribute of projectile, yes, what Steve said, you were getting to where I was going with. So each block has one of 5 attributes. It has melee, rocket, projectile. God, I'm going to forget some of them. I got to look at my sheet. I just had this open a little bit earlier. So if I look at block shape analysis, movement, melee, bullet, arrow, and rocket. Those are your 5 collision types. So if projectile is one of them, then it will stop both the cop vomit as well as my bullets, which is, you know, nothing I can do about that. So it's scaffold blocker hard on shotgunners. Oh, okay. That's something to remember, Ro, because I might have to try that, because I'm living the shotgun life. Okay, it's pretty forgiving. Like, that's, yeah, it's pretty forgiving. I'm okay with that. Okay, the last thing we want to try is leaving that door. Okay, so action waffle, by shoot through, there's 2 different things. By shoot through, I'm gonna pull out frame shapes. this is the best way to explain it to people. Why is it not? Oh, because pull off of dev. There we go. Let me show you the difference here. And let me get some shotgun ammo. So here's the difference. If I use a security grate, and then we'll put a scaffolding ladder right next to it. So if I have a security grate, which has the attribute of projectile goes through, I can shoot it all day long and it will do no damage to that block. That scaffolding block is not the case. So you cannot shoot through the scaffolding block. You can shoot through the open spaces in the scaffolding block, if that makes sense. So you can go through here, but if I shoot here, I'm doing damage to the block itself. So just so people understand, because this is really important to understand, that this is why a lot of times you'll see a lot of the base builders, a lot of us use this magic block here. Because this guy right here is pure magic. If you want to use this for your builds, because I can shoot it all day long and it will do no damage to it. So cops won't do damage to it. Your shots won't do damage to it. All right. So we're going to do that one last test with summoning some zombies and making sure that they path appropriately. Yeah, you got to aim for it. No, I get that. I get that. I kind of want them to come from not my standard direction. So we're going to have them come from over here. Grab some more feral. I don't care what type they are. Sure, feral Arlene's. Oh my God, they fell on top of me. Okay, come on, Arlene. Come on, Arlene. So hopefully she beats on the foundation. That's actually what we want her to do. Okay, so this is what we want. All right. And we want her to do that because now we want to do this. Does she pivot? It might take her a second, but does she pivot? She is not pivoting. Interesting. Okay, there we go. It just took her a second. Okay. So that, we're good. We're good. That helped answer 2 questions. They still don't view the door flips in a vertical position as a valid pathway, which is important. So let's head back into the editor. Whew. 10K, holy crap. All right, I'm going to throw the other beer back in the fridge. I'm also going to take a quick restroom break, folks. And while I'm gone, I will give you a quick view of some bases that I've done in the past that you can check out. Wait, why did it not bring us back in? What is going on? The base is gone. Come back. Okay. Everything's gone crazy, folks. Bad things are happening. Oh, there we go. Whew. All right. So we got to make that look prettier. We've got several hours. We're going to make this base look gorgeous. We're going to get this exactly how I want this. I'm excited by this, folks. I think this is going to turn out well. So give me 1 second. I'm going to run to the restroom. I'll be right back. Let's see let's leave you with we'll start with number 1 and then we'll go to the next one. castles in the snow are the best places to build castles. Will attest. Loved building that base. Greg was there for that one. Just insane amounts of fun. So, all right, folks, let's get back into it. All right. So, before we replicate this on the other side, first off, we got to fix it. And then we want to make it look pretty, right? Because, you know, why do it if it ain't going to be pretty? So we could use these and do an advanced flip on the... Greg, this is the stout with raspberries and Keiko nibs. It's this one. Sorry, it doesn't work. It's just... Camera doesn't like it when I'm using the NVIDIA. It's this guy right here. Leave it there for a second so that people can absorb it, and then we'll go back. I'm going to play with this and see how I like the looks of it. Do I like that, or does that look too janktacular? I don't like that. We're going to go with straight ramps. And they were just right there. I want to try this first. Advanced rotate. We're going to try to slide that in like that. Yeah, I like this. It's cleaner. I like this. I really like that. I think that's very, very sharp looking. The one last thing that I would consider is this. I kind of like that. Except for that's going to be really hard to build. I lied, folks. I kind of like the way it looks. I kind of hate... Oh, that's not bad. I think we've got a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. So the last thing that we've got to do... Oh, here we go. And I think when we get done with this, folks, we'll throw it at a horde. I'll actually show you the full process of spawning this into a world, and we'll do a high level horde battle with it and see. We'll just see how it holds up. Okay, let me finish the last bit of what I want to do. Sorry, I'm equivocating on what I want to do. Nope. Already changed my mind there. I want more blocks like this offset. I really like this block. It allows you to do some really cool stuff, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. I think this is how we want to do this. This is going to be good. We're going to paint it before we get the Horde Knight to it as well. Oh, that didn't sit quite flush, but I don't hate that. Okay. See what I did there. I don't hate what I did there. Okay. All right. And on this side, we're just going to fill this in. And I'll probably add some windows and stuff here in a second, but just for theoretical, we're just slapping stuff together right now. Where's a regular door? We're going to do this. Greg, I've got 2 servers running. One of them is very dead. Well, technically I've got 3 servers running right now. We've got a survivalist server, we've got the builder server, and we've got the Undead Legacy server. No one's been on the Undead Legacy server for a while, so that one's pretty just dusted at this point, which is fine. The 2 big ones right now are the builder and the survival, and I think it's mostly the builder. Yeah, builder's going to be the one where you'll find the most people, Greg, but it's for you, it's going to be boring in terms of zombie combat. It's mostly designed for people to build. The settings are very, very easy. Yeah, that's fine if that's what your jam is. And so, yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, and if you're interested, here's my Discord. So I run multiple servers for folks to play around in and have fun and, you know, learn how to build. My big requirement is if you're going to join the servers, don't be a dick. You know, that's it. Good old Will Wheaton rules. Is Subquake going to update to Alpha 21, Chessa? Yes. His new version is going to come out in a couple months, and I will likely do content for that again. Like I have for the rest of his, I'll probably do a big tips and tricks on everything, and we'll probably refresh the Undead Legacy server when that happens. All right, so explaining what I'm doing here, folks. We're creating gaps between the 2 areas, which means I can't get attacked when I'm fighting on one side. We want to isolate these 2 sides. I'm sure you can, Greg. I have full faith. All right, so we're going to copy this shape and bring it over here. And there we go. And we want to come in and slap that. So don't worry when you see stuff. This is weird things that happens. Chessa, all of us are going to want to try it. So, and anyone who doesn't know, so when Subquake, his next iteration has a lot of big changes. He's completely changing the skill trees around. So, all right. So I just want to show how this looks now that we're in here. So the idea, again, we're just giving us more space to work in. we'll see how this works during Horde night. We're going to do a test run of this to see how it feels. The other thing is I want to start to think about this in terms of how do we add at least electric fences? At the very minimum, that is a thing that we're going to want. As I'm looking at this, I was like, I messed up. Okay. How can I do this? How can I do this? I like this. I like how this is starting to feel from a design perspective. I want an electric fence in front of here to slow them down so that I actually have half a second to repair. Because when you're talking 200% block damage, that's a lot. So I could have an electric fence on top here and have it come down underneath this. And also we want to go ahead and let's figure this out. So we're going to want to do this. We're going to want to put a ramp in right here. We're going to advance rotate that sucker. Like that. All right. So that gives us shooting angles down to there. And then we're going to put a shutter here. I don't care what type it is, whether it's iron or other. Did I grab it? I didn't. All right. And we're going to advance rotate that. There we go. All right, so that's going to give us an area to shoot down there and huck grenades. Now, what we don't want to happen is that. So there's several tricks to fix this. We're going to go with the one that I think Tim came up with this. So he uses this little quarter block. This guy. It's an elegant and simple solution. Nope, we want it on the back side though. Like that. So that will stop you from falling. And it still gives you the ability to huck grenades. So if I've got... Now, Molotovs, you're going to have a little bit of a rough time. But regular grenades will throw right through there. Very easy. You know, Molotovs, it's going to be a shit show. Yeah, you see I just bounced off the edge. I mean, if you get a perfect angle... Even that didn't go through. That's that's what normally happens to me. So I just don't try. But I think that in general is pretty good for that. Yeah, I'm also horrible with mollies, and I fully accept that. Now, interestingly enough, I just want to try something. That might be interesting. You don't want to put it on top. That's just going to take too much damage. Don't want to, you could do something like this. It's not going to do a lot of damage though, but that's repairable. You have angles to repair that. So that's an option. They might stand on it. Yeah, but if they stand on it, and Chrono, I assume that you watched Tem's Bedrock series where he dealt with that. I don't like putting blade traps out in places like this. And the reason I don't like doing it is that you can't repair them. And when they get destroyed, they cost a lot of materials to replace. And so they're just resource intensive. So yeah, Chessa, that doesn't work either, because if he recessed them, they would have, the problem is the moment they stop working, they become platforms, even if they're recessed. I see where you're going with it. I thought the same thing for half a second, then I was like, no, I've tried that too. So here's what I am going to try. I'm starting to think of how I'm going to wire this stuff potentially. So, let's grab these. Yes, Chessa, they can stand on the blade part. It's super irritating. It's kind of silly. Oh my gosh, Chrono. If you, first off, the aesthetics, the views, of if we could do 45-degree angle blades would be awesome. Like, I have this amazing image of a corridor with 45-degree blades coming in from top and bottom. Oh, that would be so damn sexy. But we don't. We don't. Okay. The X trap. I love it. I love that idea. I'm just playing right now, folks. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I think I like it. Take that block out. Take that block out. Zombie Shredder for the win. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm feeling this, folks. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. This is coming together. Mm-hmm. Ooh, look at that. That's looking good. The angles are feeling better. Nope. We're going to go good old cube corner bevel is going to come back into play, folks. We're going to bring it out here. I'm going to show you why, because we're going to do that. I've used this. If you saw the Sentinel, we're gonna copy some tricks from the Sentinel. Except for we're gonna keep the sides flush. I want to keep these really narrow. And I think I want to leave those slots at the top. This is also going to deal with row. We're going to be able to repair the fences straight from here. We're going to cover up this whole side here. I'm getting to it. We're doing it. We're going to put a teeny little block right there, like a pole. A pole would be perfect right here. Don't need anything more than that. Just a basic pole. And then we're going to put pole plates on the front. Do I have... Why am I not seeing the basic pole plate? Why am I not seeing that? That's the 3/4. I don't want the 3/4 though. I want the actual pole plate. What if I just come in here and type in plate? There we go. And then it shows up? I'm so confused. It's okay. Everything doesn't have to make sense. I don't know why I placed that block down there, but ignore that. Okay. So that's a little bit of an angle. Okay, so now we need... kind of want to do the same thing on the side here, but something skinny just to wrap that. Because I want to keep it flush. Or after you get spit on. Well, this is going to get rid of those sight lines that we had problems with before, in terms of zombie spit. So I think actually like the bottom narrow block along the side here actually might work. You know, just keeping the aesthetic along the side. So we can come with that there. I don't have a good way to do the other one. Let's play with this. Let's play with this, folks. Dynamic security grate. And then on this, I don't know. I want to look at a wedge that is half, like a half block wedge. Yeah, I don't, there's like this, which is chunkier than I want. I wish they had something smaller. Because if I go with this, actually, I don't hate that. I don't hate that, but then I replace this. I don't hate that. Just the tip. You know, just the tip sometimes. That's all you need. Oh, no, no, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. There we go. All right. And then that's half blocks up the side. So we're back to half blocks here. And how do we feel about this? Is this too chunky? I don't know. I think that could be a wedge 60, and that would give us a more interesting angle. Oh, but then we've got that little, can pretty it up later. I want to pretty it up now. I think we're getting there though. So the thing is because we're in the prefab editor, I want to get it pretty on one side and then we're done, because we're going to copy it and we're going to do some paint real quick. I think for one, we're going to just, actually, I don't hate that. That's not bad. Oh, but I do hate that. Always them yeah, you know. There we go. There we go. We're getting there. Hey, we're getting there. This is why we play, because see, now I like it. Optimus Prime head on AT-AT Walker. Oh, I can't wait to see the base names, folks. This is awesome. And we're going to use the narrow block just to make that interesting. Oh, I like it. Folks, you are brilliant. I'm loving it. Loving it. All right, we just need to cap this off. And this can be filled in just by straight blocks. No reason to be fancy with that. Row 2 fighting positions on this one. So over the course of the Abyss series, and I haven't decided yet on how the end base will be. I do have the end base I might not do a tutorial on, because the end one I might do a massive base, which is kind of what I would like to do, because the last fight's going to be in the Horde. It will be in the Wasteland, and it will be obnoxious. It's going to be like 400% block damage. So I don't even know how I'm going to deal with it, quite honestly. I haven't gotten that far. Mentally, emotionally. I'm not there yet. So echo chamber squared. Yes, Ro, that is the idea, but probably more cubed. Because 3 sides is probably what I'm going to go with. And I definitely, one of the bases I want to do is a crawler base. So I'll probably do one of these. I'll probably do a crawler base and maybe a ladder base. I'm not sure. So the last thing I want to think of is how we round out these tops. I want to arch these back and give something interesting. Let's take this out. Oh, cobble won't be an option, Chessa, at the end. Yeah, Ro, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because here's the thing. I wanted to give people the idea of creating a structure and building over time, and how you can build, like, this can be your crafting area here in the center. And you can have different bases spawning off in different directions. That's the philosophy. So, don't like that. I want to go the next one down. I like that. I like that. And then I want this. Oh, I like this. I like it. Nope, not that. Nope, come on. I like that. I like all the lines in that are good. Once, well, the whole idea, Ro, is like, and in the Abyss, I expect to lose chunks of the base. And I hope that I lose chunks of the base because I think it's going to be fun for people to watch and see it just get ripped apart. You know, for me, that's good content. You know, no one wants to see me as the creator win all the time. It's boring. Like, no one wants to see that, right? They have a catwalk shape to integrate a quarter round walkway to a straight walk. Chrono, I'm not fully following that one. You may have lost me a little bit there. All right, I'm gonna pull this to here because we're gonna flip this around. We're gonna basically copy all this in a second. Yeah, I know the catwalk shapes pretty well. I've used those a lot. Let me just pull them up. By the way, anyone who's not used to YouTube, unfortunately, there is some lag between when you type and I get to respond. So sometimes it can be anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds. So just keep that in mind. I try to be very, very, very conscious and have a dialogue with chat, but sometimes YouTube makes it hard. It's one area where I like Twitch a lot better. Catwalk shape integrate quarter round. Oh, are you talking about these? Hello, 20 seconds in the future. Oh, man. I really like this. I'm going to hate doing a tutorial on this. Like, those lines are really fun. Yeah, I don't believe in sports cars. I mean, if people enjoy sports cars and that's your thing, like, more power to you. But for me, they're expensive. Insurance is expensive. Taking care of them is expensive. You know what? Actually, no. The narrow corner block here. That right there. That finishes it up. I like that. I'm going to do some work offline on this, folks, to figure out how I make this sustainable. But for right now, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to come out to here. And we're going to do some magic. We're going to do this. We're going to go over to here. We're going to paste it. We're going to rotate it twice. We're going to copy it. We're going to delete it. We're going to slide it right back in like that. And we're going to paste it. And all of a sudden, check that out. We messed up this part right here. So we got to refix that. Copy rotation. But for the most part, that got us all done. So if I come over here, I've got a duplication on the other side. Yeah, designing this is going to be, so this is all repeatable. The interior is all repeatable. I might have to make this a little bit less complicated. I'm gonna have to think about that. All right, so let's test it. Let's go throw this and oh, that's right, we can't throw Horde Knight at it in okay, so let's think of one let's do a couple last little planning bits here. Okay, so we're gonna put the power over here. Yeah, powertrain for this is all gonna be out here. So we'll end up with, we'll just wire it all up in a real world. Yep, you could do that. Oh, Ro, you gave me an idea. I'm not going to do it for right now, but yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's test this on a day. Yeah, let's slap this into a world, wire it up real quick. Should we paint it? Good morning from South Africa. Welcome in, Debbie. We're going to grab some paint brushes and make it pretty. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn this into my test world. And how's winter for you? All right. So let's just grab some of the colors that we have here. We've been using, we're going to stick with the same color theme just so it, you know, so the whole thing shakes together. So the brunt of it has been this. So we're going to do this. Oh, we didn't copy all of it, folks. We didn't go the exterior. Let's do that real quick. So this time though, we're just going to copy the front bits like this. I think that gets it. Yes. And where does that sit flush to? There, copy G, roll it back all the way to here. We're going to control V, X, and then XX rotate, copy J to delete, G, we're going to move it back to here, and then we're going to repaste it. And now we've got the protection on the sides for those. Okay. That is all good. We're going to paint this side, that medicine cabinet, black. I think we want to yeah, do I have any other snow people? We get crazy snow here. I'm in the land of ice and snow, and I love it. I love the snow. No issues whatsoever. All right, we're going to take this all the way across this like this. slits have to, no, no. I love the snow. But I passionately despise heat. I lived most of my life in Georgia, and I do not miss the heat one little bit. So here's, oh, this is going to be tricky. So I kind of want to do the backs of these like this. Have the greens be accents, and then maybe this. Let's 3D that. Dang south. It's not raining. It's not hot. It's not. Oh man, a snowy Christmas is fantastic. Not gonna lie. I love it. How do I feel about the insides of this? We'll get to that in a second. Oh no, don't do that. ACs here only go to 62. That's where my AC is permanently set, is 62. Oh, I'm so spoiled. Folks, I really hate the heat. Really don't care for it. All right, we're going to do one of these, and then we're going to copy it like we did on the others. Oh, shit. I forgot. No. That had all sides on it. Sorry, that's not what I meant to do. All right, so we're going to do this a little bit more painstaking. So here's my thought. $75 is the temperature, which, like, exterior wise, I'm okay with. I really like that look, folks. I really like this. I also think, let's get rid of that. I should have, so just for the record, when you're doing this, save yourself time, paint once, and then do your copy paste, as opposed to how I did it. Sorry, I'm just debating on everything now. I don't like that huge black swath across the top. Below 75, you're cold. Yeah, above 75 for me, I'm sweating. But, you know, I get it. We all have our preferences. Grabbing a dev paintbrush and pulling it down here. I want to get medicine. I love this shiny is really good for the defensive position. I think it looks good. And then we'll do some metal on the inside. But I like that because it kind of pops. Yeah, I think we're going to do one side of this and then copy it. Okay, so I like the green accenting there. I'd like to carry that through somewhere over here. So maybe that's in these blocks. Maybe this is the carry. Something like that. I don't hate that. Let's pull that up the side. Oh, I like that, how that wraps around the corner there. That looks nice. Okay. And folks, this is how I end up spending hours and hours and hours making Horde bases. This painting process is one of the most painful parts. All right, so that's probably good enough for us to fight Horde. Do we want to toss Horde at this? Do we want to do the stairs? The stairs. We should probably do the stairs. All right, we're going to do the stairs green. And we're going to do the sides, like the outside sides of the stairs, we're going to do the white. Oh, this is going to look good. Zombies won't attack if it's not pretty. By the way, hey, if y'all didn't check out the Bedrock series, holy cow, I loved the blue roof motif that Tim went with. He went with blue roof, the blue tin roof, and the medicine cabinet, and it was freaking sexy. Absolutely loved it. I think that's good. I like that. Yeah, Bew, just need some arrows for the zombies to say go this way. I get you, man. I get you. We're going to put these as medicine cabinets. All right. I'm going to do some more painting later to get this super pretty before I do a video on it. But I think that that looks pretty damn good. Maybe we'll copy that and slap that on the roof. I kind of want to do a little bit more on the roof, but I'm not sure what I want to do. So we're going to do that later. Oh, this is going to be super tricky. Gyropad though, gyropad can be right up here, Ro. Actually, no, gyropad won't be for this iteration. It won't matter. We won't get a chance yet for gyropad. It's too early. In Alpha 20, for sure we would be at gyro, but we're not there yet in 21. It's going to take a little longer. I'm struggling just to get a motorcycle. All right, that is... Did I get both sides? I did. I can fly the gyro like a pro. Everyone who knows me knows that. And anyone who believes me on that one knows that I'm freaking lying through my teeth, because it's a train wreck to watch me. All right, we're going to slide that one right in there. All right, now we're going to call this good for right now. We're going to spawn this into my test world. And we're going to wire up some electronics to get all of this working. And we're going to throw a pretty hefty Horde, Horde night at it and see how it fares. Train wreck equals content. See, I like the way you think, Steve. I'm with you on that. So. All right. Let us. So this is all saved up. There's still some work on it to go, obviously, in terms of getting it pretty. But I'm going to show you how you bring this into a world. Chessa, I'm not sure. I've honestly, I've not been on Discord a lot in the past week. With me coming back from vacation, I've just buried my head. I've actually started using a new service called Freedom, which blocks me from all social media so that when I'm editing, I can't distract myself because I'm really prone to distracting myself. So Eko Box Plus is what we're going to call this. So what we're going to do now is opening up the world editor. And I have a specific map that I use that I have created. It's the Eko POI map. And this is what I use for testing. It's a 2K map. So it's really small. So it doesn't take away a lot in terms of performance. And it's actually where I've got lots of stuff is on here. So there's you can see where I filmed the tutorial, and right around the corner here is, if you all didn't see this is Blood Moon Keep. This is the insane castle build that I did. So this is in this little world here. God, when did this all get messed? Oh, that's right. This gets messed up. That's frustrating. Anywho's, all right. We got to find a flat spot, and we're going to spawn this in. Doesn't need a lot of space. It's not that big. Castle's over there. We're going to slap it in over here. This looks like a good spot. So we're just going to make sure we got plenty of space. We're going to do this, Z to Z, and I'm going to hit J. I'm going to delete everything in that space. Pull out the dev gun real quick, DEV, and pull that up. Oh, thank you, Debbie. It's like, I was so ready to be done with that build by the time I got done, but I was very proud of it. Like, it's a gorgeous build. I'm ecstatic at how it came out. So once you're placing the world, just kind of place the block wherever. Press Z in the center, then you're going to press K. And I know this is teeny tiny, but you're going to click on dynamic prefabs, and then pull up the name of your prefab that you want to place. In my case, I always just start with Eko. I do everything started with Eko, and you should, like, if you build bases, you should figure something that's easy. Now, I also know this has plus in it, so we'll do that. So we're going to place it. All right, and now once it's placed, let's have it face back towards the road. We're going to hit X a couple times. And then we're going to slide it back. So we're going to hold G, just like in the prefab editor. And once it's where you like it, you're going to hit escape and come down here and make sure you hit apply. And that's going to level off the ground on the sides somewhat. It won't be perfect. Now we're going to hit save. Now here's the weird thing, folks. This is one of those 7 days to die is a perfect game with no bugs. Okay, whatever. It's good chance that it will rotate. So we're going to actually exit out. And we're going to come back into the prefab tools. And we're going to go back to the world editor and go back to that same world that we were just in, the POI map. And we're just going to confirm that it rotated in the right direction. The other row, there's 2 rows. What? Welcome in the other row. So see, it did exactly what I just talked about. So this is very normal. So we're just going to click on it, and then we're going to hit XX. And it doesn't look like it rotated it twice, but it did. Because watch this. Once we come in here and hit apply, it'll fix it. Now we're going to try to save it again. And this is frustrating, folks. Like, I've had lots of people, not just people who watch my channel, but other content creators who watch mine and try this, reach out and be like, do you know why it does this? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no ideas other than you just have to make sure you just test it a few times to make sure it's in the angle that you want and just reload it. Confirm this before you actually create a world. If you care about the rotation. If you don't care about the rotation, slap it in there anyway, and that's fine too. But I think 7 Days to Die just shit the bed, folks. All right, we're gonna exit out of here and come back in again because that was a mess. All right, let's try that again. You didn't do my Eko POI, did I not? I thought I did. World Gen Go Derp. All right, exit again. I was in the right one, right? Oh, that's POI map. This is... Nope. Yep. Super Mojo got it right. I was in the wrong map. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that other map, but Super Mojo nailed it. I was going into the wrong one. Okay, see, so, you know, third time's a charm, and this is just how it goes sometimes. All right, so we've got it all in here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new game. And we're just going to call this test, whatever. Test Eko Plus. I don't care. I've got so many save games, folks. It's bonkers. Now we're going to want to crank everything up here. So I'm going to use parameters similar to what I'm dealing with, in the Abyss series, quite honestly. So we'll do this as a test as if I were playing the Abyss. So we're going to do survivalist. There's 64 zombies in that. It's jog during day, not that it matters because we're going to be testing Horde Night. And then zombie block speed is the other big one. AI block damage. This goes up to 200. Because I think that's what my numbers say that I'll be at. Okay. So 200 block damage, 64 zombies, survivalist. Let's go. So we'll do some quick wiring once we get up here. So anyone who's not familiar with electronics, you'll learn the basics of electronics here. It'll take me 2 seconds to wire this thing up and get at least the electric fences working. All right. So first F1. Yeah, I don't care. F1, DM, CM. Steve, great question. I'm not doing both of them, so I don't know. But it is a very good question. I don't, they might. I think they're two totally different numbers. All right, so here's our base over here. Spawned in the world. So we're going to add in this hallway, we need a generator. Yep, we're just going to add a regular generator, and we're going to grab some engines and slap it in. So I'm not going to make this pretty. I'm just going to make it functional. And then let's add some, we need some gas. So we'll grab gas. Then we're going to need some relays, probably. And we're going to need some switches. And we're going to need, a wire tool. No, Ro, not for this. We're just dirty wiring this just so we can fight Horde. So and yeah, we're gonna keep dealing with these manually. These will be switched through well, you know, we don't even need switches. I'm not even gonna worry about switches. I'm not gonna worry about anything. We're gonna keep this very simple. So we're just gonna go from here to here. All right, so that side's all wired up. Because I don't want to spend all day wiring. I just want to fight the Horde and see if this thing is a total train wreck or a partial train wreck. All right, so that's everything wired up. So that way the zombies will, at either level, they're going to hit that. And now we're just going to come in and we're going to grab XP. Dev. Let's see. What does this one give us? Level 1 to 8. Level 1 to 17. 29. That's probably what we want to use. I hear zombies. We're just going to kill all because we don't want to deal with them quite yet. All right, so level 28. I'm almost at 28 already. I probably need a little bit more. We're just going to deal with that. I'm... So let's 28. That's probably 30. That's probably close to where I'll be based off of my plan. All right, so we're going to spec out similar to what I've done in the series. So lots of int. Actually, I can look specifically and see where I'm going to be. What did I go to? Level 20. Level 31. Okay. Okay, so that's maxed out int with nerdy glasses. So that means take us to 9 int. Electrocutioner will be up at 4. We'll have the first level of physician, but we won't have spec past that. Calculated attack has 1. Robotics inventor has 2. Not that it matters for this. And I don't think anything else matters. That is probably honestly all the points that matter for us testing. So we are going to grab a stun baton. We will have that for sure. We'll have a level 5. We will have that on the stun baton. We have that on the stun baton. Hilariously, I had a wood splitter mod on it. And what else did I put on it? I think I put one other item on it because I think you can get what, 4 on this? Nope. Mod. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there we go. And the last thing that we need is we need a shotgun. We need a tier 5 pump. And folks, just if you're wondering why I'm going with the things I'm going with, I'm literally just replicating what I've got in the playthrough series, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so we got shotgun, we've got that. I've got food for days, so we're just gonna get stew. Easily for me to have 10 meat stew. We're gonna grab the wire tool and drop it down to here. We're gonna grab lanterns and light our way so that we can see during the horde battle. I'm doing this out of sheer laziness. Did I grab the wrong type of lanterns? Yes, I did. Dev gun. Oh, solar is 100% the way to go. But in my situation, or is that still the wrong type? It's still the wrong type. Lantern. Deco. There we go. Player type lantern. There we go. And slap one over here. Good enough. It's plenty of light for Horde. Who needs light, right? We're just slapping these on the ground just for shits and gigglets. What's going on, Eurydice? We're about to fight Horde Knight. You're right in time. Okay, so I think that's all lit up. That's pathway's all good. Let's give myself just a small amount of grenades. Like 8, sure. First aid. We've got first aid bandages for days, so I'm not worried about that. We'll keep the wire tools. Drinks we're doing really well on, so we'll assume we got some coffee to work with. And we'll grab some vitamins so that we don't even have to worry about that whole pesky. And in terms of armor, we've got cloth, and that's fine. That's what we rocked. So I'm just going to grab that and call it a day. And we're going to grab a headlight helmet mod. And that's plenty of gear. Whoa. Can we actually wear stuff? There we go. I guess we need pants. All right. Are we less of a hobo? Whatever. That's hobo-ish. We're fine. All right. I think that's pretty set up to do a Horde Night. That's good. We got some nades down here. We've got our weapons. We should probably get a few repair kits. Ammo would be good. We have about 300 rounds currently. We'll have more by then. That's plenty. I think that's good. And yes, so we can test it a couple times. I'm also we're going to exit. We just made this new save. I'm gonna make a duplicate of the save real quick off screen. Because I don't know if I have all my personal information hidden, and it's a pain to deal with it. So just bear with me for half a second. I'm just gonna make a copy of the save. I need to make a video on this at some point in time. Eko POI map, and what do we call this? Test Eko Plus. And we're just going to call this one the backup of that. All right. We've got a backup version of this. Let's get in there. Sledgy. I don't know that I'm going to use the sledge in this one, Chessa. Do it in the underoos. That's how I typically do my testing, is pure naked. That is honestly my preferred method. Because my philosophy is, if your base can withstand the Horde naked, then you're good. All right. So this will be our crafting area, but we'd fight over here. So we're going to close that up. Oh, let's make sure. Yep, that's good. Okay. And let's just make sure this is on. Pulling power. Life is good. Oh, okay. Couple last things. F1 CM. Let's make sure we have iron. Not that type. Whatever. Okay. So we've got iron. Curious what you use to show the mouse and buttons on screen. I'm using a program called Noboard, Nohboard, and then using OBS to place it on screen. I just find it useful for, you know, for folks following along to be able to see. I'm also going to get some concrete because I would have concrete mix to defend. And I'm going to get a nail gun because I'm about to make it in game right now anyway. And no steel. We're going to load that sucker up. I think that's good. I think this is pretty equivalent to what we'd be fighting with. So again, we're going to bump up to day. Maybe I'll go one Horde night beyond where I'm at. So instead of 21, let's go to the day 28 Horde. Row V1. Actually, no row. I'm using 1.2.1 currently. I found a video showing how to do that. Because I really wanted the community, like, as I'm doing these builds, to be able to understand, you know, the buttons that I'm pressing. I try to explain it as I go, but it was important to me to also kind of have it duplicated. So, all right, anything else that I need to do to set things up? Are we good? Let's set time to day 28, and we've got all the difficulty settings good. So let's do 21 and 30. So it's Horde night in 30 minutes. We need to switch a side on. So that side is going to be the starting side. That side is switched off. We'll leave the doorways open because whatever. But we should have thrown some lanterns in here. Let's grab some of these. Do this real quick. I just want to make it easy for y'all to see as much as possible. All right, Horde is ready. We'll do that standard thing that, you know, us crazy folks like to do with this. And do I have DM on? Yeah, let's keep DM on. And here's your cinematic perspective. So we'll be able to see the zombies come in. Hopefully the pathing looks good. Yeah, go for it, Ro. Yeah, I'm a Logitech fanboy, so mine, I do use a lot of my extra buttons on mine as well, so I get that. All right. They're coming in. A few of them are beating on the path. Some are running straight up. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I'm having a tough time. Oh, this sucks. Okay, wait, is this on? All right, the scaffolding's a little bit rough. Do not like. They like those that area down there. Yeah, the scaffolding is horrible. Maybe if you're using clubs or something else. That repulsor mod, though, does work, folks. Yeah, quit hugging the base. Don't do that. Debbie, you can't fall through the hole. I fixed it so you can't. All right, so we're getting cops now. Oh, we're bleeding, pulling back around the corner. All right, bleeding again. Yeah, so here's my thing. I would honestly rather take the, oh. All right, did he blow up these? Nope, he didn't take those out. All right, let's get this up because this is going to knock all of them off. All right, everyone out. Let's see about repairs. All right, we're holding up perfect. That stun baton, folks, with the repulsor mod is just wicked. All right, so here's the other thing we're going to go ahead and test because this is clearly working out well. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to drop this door. We're going to flip the other side and see if they repath. That's the other important test. And there we go. That's what we want to see. You can see they instantly flip to the other side. So I think the electric fences are too close. They are. I think they're too close up against the front. They need to be actually one step probably farther in that direction. So I've told this to people a million times, but you can ignore the birds. They can beat on concrete all day long, and they're pretty much so irrelevant. What's going on? What's going on, Basil? Yeah, so the vultures, ultimately, I would throw a turret upstairs. But you can also equally just ignore them and just repair the concrete. Yeah, they're just super annoying. They aren't going to hurt you. So, yeah, you can see the electric fence just triggered there. And if they busted through the first line of this, so let's actually do this. Do I have the dev gun out? So let's just pull the dev gun out. I'm going to intentionally blow up my first. I'm trying to shoot my own thing. There we go. And you'll see they'll start hitting that more often. Oops, I didn't mean to switch on God mode there. There we go. Everyone goes down, and then as they hit down and they're shocked, you can also do that. Yeah, I hate the scaffolding block, folks. Not gonna lie. Do not like, not good with the stun baton. It is a bad combination. I mean, I love the fact that it blocks the cop spit. We're just going to sit here and let him vomit at us. That is not bad at all. So you just have to remember, you got to target the top right. It's still such habit, even if I know that he can't hit me. All right, I heard some shattering. Did we lose anything? We didn't really. I kind of want to just let him sit here and beat and see. Yes, scaffold plus spears, agree, Ro. So you can see she tried to stick her head through, and that didn't work well for her. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good about this. And I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get to concrete at this level easily. Lantern died? Yeah. Not surprising. And I like these corners to duck around. All right, same thing. We're going to switch them. You know what? Honestly, we could easily also do, because we won't have demos yet. The game stage won't be high enough. We could easily do the shooty turret. All right, let's just take this down. Oh, we took down too much. All right, back to this side. Sorry, I got a little overzealous. So let's make sure they reroute to the other side. That we just blew up everything. But I do want to test something. We'll just let him hit on something for a second. Yeah, we might be able to have a level 4 by now. Yeah, we're going to check afterwards to see how much damage was done to supports. Just so we get an understanding. Around the corner, reload. And this is what we got. No points in the pump shotgun, just for the record. Yeah, but I'm pummeling those scaffolds for sure. Yeah, Chrono, I'm thinking putting the shooting turret to just do damage on the folks below might be a great idea. Because I don't think I need support up top. But I might need this occasionally just to pull them off the pillars. What are we at? We're at 255. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but we'll go ahead and reload it. Oop. Yeah, but I'm hitting those scaffolds a lot. So hey folks, everyone who's watching, if you have ideas afterwards, just put them down in the comments section. That'll help out a lot. I'll take a look and see what everyone says and probably do some modifications before I actually bring this in the game. But right now, you know, as just an experiment and a thought exercise, I'm feeling good about this. Where's those lanterns? We need more light. I'm gonna put on God mode for a second just to do this. God, yeah, I just hit so much. All right, I just want to make it through Horde Night and see what our damage is like on everything. That's clear. Bad reload on my part. Oh my God. Yeah. It's very hard to hit headshots here with the... It is nice for just ignoring the cops with though. Not gonna lie. If you were running this with spears, it would be amazing. And those electric fences have really become just like kind of extra just in case they bust through, but they should be out one farther. All right, let's go ahead and double pop these. And you can see we almost fell down, but we did not. Oh, someone broke a block finally. All right, and we need a way in and out, which I didn't account for, which is fine. I feel pretty good about this, though. Stop jumping around. All right, let's run out this way and just run out. All right, so let's just see what the damage is done. All things considered, that's not that bad, folks. I mean, the stairs look untouched. Like, very minimal damage here. They seem to traverse it pretty well. The dogs made it up. They beat up on this. But let's just take a look just so that we get structural stability perspective. Pull. All right, so let's just do this real quick because it's always good to see this. So 0 chance of this base falling, folks. We were in good shape. Now, here's a thing that I always like to do so you understand, like, how much risk are you at? So what is it going to take? Okay, so I can lose an entire leg. So that is one whole leg lost of the base, and the base will stand. So, curiosity, can I lose the opposite leg? Yes. Base still stands. So this is the advantage of having multiple pieces holding your base up. So I highly recommend you playing with the stability so you can kind of see what happens to your base. So this base can exist on 3 legs. This base over here is crazy. Just to give you a perspective of how stable this setup is, I'm just going to start taking out legs. Now, see this center section? Look at how I'm going to take this out so you can actually see it. Look at how much that is still holding. We'll even take the center bit out. And then we'll lose that side finally. So the main structure can survive on 2 of the sides being up. This one, I'm guessing if I take down the third one, it's going to crumple. Nope. There you go, folks. I'm sure the stability is a train wreck, right? Oh, that's why. No? Oh, there it was. There it goes. Okay. Folks, I think I've got some cleanup work to do, but I feel like that is a fantastic win. So that is the base where, I'm going to do some cleanup, figure out how to make this better, and I'm going to do a block-by-block instruction with the final version of this. And I'll try to get that up on YouTube next week for everyone to consume. So first off, thank you everyone for hanging out. I'm going to pull you all in close because I like ending close. So thank you everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. Why no hatches? Daniel, what do you mean by no hatches? You mean to protect your fighting position? I mean, I could put one as a oh shit. No reason why I couldn't. But other than that, I already had 2 electrical fences going across that actually weren't doing anything. Because so hatches are good when you want to be able to get out of your fighting position, Daniel. They're also good. I mean, I guess just from a sheer defensive position, they have more block health. But I've done hatches a bunch. So part of it, I was just doing something different. But no reason you could actually integrate hatches into that same design and it'd work great. So, but I am going to be, if anyone is interested, tomorrow night, same time, 8 o'clock Central, I will be over on Twitch, and I'm going to be doing a Twitch integration stream where y'all can come in and mess me up or help me out. I'm doing an intellect build run where I'm using a lot of the same stuff I'm doing here. It's just been a fun experiment, and the community likes to kill me a bunch. So if you want to come off and join, come do that. Debbie, go be a responsible adult. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Everyone have a fantastic night. Take care. Follow all the people I mentioned before. Go check out Cautious Pancake, King of the Zeds. I think I mentioned Guns, Nerds, and Steel, but everyone here probably knows him. But otherwise, I'll catch you on the next stream. Thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you greatly. Have a great night. Much love. Chat versus the stun baton. That's what we got. All right. Night all. Take care of yourselves.